Ladies and gentlemen, there is a truth I want you to embrace today, a truth that can transform your life if you allow it to take root in your heart. The truth is this: your success in life depends on your ability to focus on your purpose, to guard your vision, and to stop being distracted by the noise around you. One of the greatest enemies of progress is distraction. Distraction, my friends, is not merely an interruption of your time, it is a subtle thief of your destiny. When you allow yourself to be distracted, you lose sight of the purpose for which you were created, and in doing so, you forfeit the power to manifest the greatness within you. Let me remind you of a principle that governs success: what you focus on expands. Whatever captures your attention will ultimately shape your decisions, influence your actions, and determine your outcomes. But when your attention is scattered, when you allow the demands, opinions, and activities of the world to pull you in multiple directions, you dilute your effectiveness. You may work harder, but you will accomplish less. Distraction is the silent killer of dreams because it replaces meaningful activity with mere busyness. Think of a seed. A seed has all the potential to become a mighty tree, but that potential can only be unlocked when the seed is planted in fertile soil and left undisturbed. If you keep uprooting the seed, shifting it from place to place, it will never grow. The same is true of your purpose. Every time you allow distractions to uproot your focus, you interrupt the process of growth. Distraction is dangerous because it creates division. The word distraction comes from a Latin word that means to pull apart. When you are distracted, your attention is divided, your energy is scattered, and your progress is stalled. This is why a distracted life is a divided life. It cannot achieve greatness because it is constantly being pulled in conflicting directions. Many of us have become so accustomed to distractions that we no longer recognize their impact. We call it multitasking, but the truth is, multitasking is a myth. Your mind can only focus on one thing at a time. When you try to juggle too many tasks or entertain too many thoughts, you end up doing none of them well. Excellence requires focus. Success requires singularity of purpose. Distraction often comes disguised as something good. It may come in the form of a new opportunity, a new project, or a new relationship. But not everything good is good for you. Not everything that glitters is gold. If you are not careful, you will trade what is essential for what is merely urgent. You will give your time and energy to things that look important but have no lasting value. I want to challenge you today to become aware of the distractions in your life. Ask yourself, what is pulling me away from my purpose? What is dividing my focus? What is consuming my time without producing fruit? It could be endless scrolling on social media, an unhealthy relationship, or even the fear of missing out. Whatever it is, you must identify it and address it, because distraction is not a harmless habit, it is a spiritual attack on your destiny. The antidote to distraction is clarity. When you are clear about your purpose, distractions lose their power. You no longer feel the need to respond to every call, every email, or every opportunity, because you know what is most important. You are not swayed by the opinions of others because you are grounded in your God-given assignment. Clarity leads to discipline. Discipline is the ability to say no to what is not aligned with your purpose, even when it is tempting. Discipline is the courage to stay on course, even when the road is long and the progress is slow. Discipline is the key to focus, and focus is the key to fulfilling your destiny. I want to leave you with this thought: your time is your life. How you spend your time is how you spend your life. If you waste your time on distractions, you are wasting your life. But if you invest your time in pursuing your purpose, you are building a legacy that will outlive you. Today, I urge you to make a decision. Choose to focus on what matters most. Choose to guard your vision, protect your time, and prioritize your purpose. And remember this: the enemy of your soul is not afraid of your potential, he is afraid of your focus. Because when you focus, you become unstoppable. Stop being distracted. Start living with intention. And watch how God works through your life to accomplish what He has destined for you. Purpose is the essence of life. It is the reason you exist, the why behind your being, and the compass that directs your steps. Without purpose, life becomes a series of aimless activities, busyness without fruitfulness, motion without meaning. Purpose is what gives your life direction, significance, and fulfillment. But for purpose to manifest in your life, it requires focus. Let me say this to you, every single one of us was created for a specific assignment. God placed within each of us a unique combination of gifts, talents, and passions that are designed to serve a divine purpose. You were not born by accident, you were born on purpose, for a purpose. But purpose does not automatically fulfill itself. It must be discovered, nurtured, and pursued with intention. The challenge we face is that the world is full of distractions that can pull us away from our purpose. The opinions of others, the pressures of society, and the constant demand for our attention can cause us to lose sight of why we are here. But let me tell you this, the greatest tragedy in life is not death. The greatest tragedy is to live your entire life and never discover your purpose. It is to climb the ladder of success, only to realize it was leaning against the wrong wall. When you live a life without purpose, you become vulnerable to the opinions and expectations of others. You allow other people to dictate your priorities, your decisions, and your direction. But a life lived for others' approval is a life wasted. You were not created to fulfill someone else's expectations, you were created to fulfill God's plan. And that requires you to focus on your purpose, not on the noise around you. Purpose gives you clarity. It simplifies your life because it helps you discern what is important and what is not. When you are clear about your purpose, you don't waste time chasing after things that don't align with your destiny. You don't feel the need to compare yourself to others because you know that your journey is unique. Purpose frees you from the trap of comparison because it reminds you that you are running your own race. Let me give you an example. Imagine a runner in a race. If the runner keeps looking to the left and the right to see what others are doing, they will lose focus and slow down. But when the runner keeps their eyes on the finish line, they can run with confidence and speed. In the same way, when you focus on your purpose, you can move forward with clarity and determination. But here is the key: purpose is not something you create, it is something you discover. Your purpose is not hidden from you, it is hidden for you. God placed it within you, waiting to be uncovered through prayer, reflection, and action. Many people go through life searching for meaning in external things, money, fame, power, but purpose is found within. It is the treasure buried in the field of your heart. Once you discover your purpose, you must protect it. Purpose is precious, and it must be guarded against distractions and discouragement. Not everyone will understand your purpose, and that's okay. Your purpose is not a conference call, it's a personal revelation. You don't need the approval of others to pursue what God has placed in your heart. Living a life of purpose requires courage. It requires you to step out of your comfort zone and into the unknown. It requires you to take risks, face challenges, and persevere through obstacles. But the rewards of living a purposeful life are immeasurable. When you live with purpose, you experience a deep sense of fulfillment, joy, and peace. You know that your life is making a difference, that you are contributing to something greater than yourself. Let me close with this thought: purpose is not just about what you do, it's about who you are becoming. Your purpose shapes your character, your values, and your legacy. When you live a life of purpose, you inspire others to do the same. You become a light in a dark world, a beacon of hope and possibility. So, my friends, I challenge you today to focus on your purpose. Seek it with all your heart, protect it with all your strength, and pursue it with all your passion. Remember, you were created on purpose, for a purpose. And when you align your life with that purpose, you unlock the power to fulfill your destiny and leave a lasting impact on the world. Comparison is one of the most destructive habits that can cripple your journey to success. It is a subtle but powerful weapon that robs you of your uniqueness, distorts your perception of yourself, and derails your focus. Many of us are guilty of comparing our lives, achievements, and progress to others. But let me tell you, this comparison is not only unwise, it is a violation of your God-given identity. You see, every person on this earth is a masterpiece, uniquely crafted by the Creator for a specific purpose. No two individuals are the same. Even identical twins who may share the same genetic makeup, have different fingerprints, personalities, and assignments. That is how intentional God is about uniqueness. So why then do we waste so much time trying to measure ourselves against others? Comparison is dangerous because it blinds you to your own value. When you focus on what others have, you lose sight of what you already possess. You begin to devalue your gifts, talents, and abilities because they don't look like someone else's. But let me remind you, your value is not determined by how you compare to others. It is determined by the one who created you. The truth is, comparison leads to two possible outcomes, neither of which is healthy. On one hand, comparison can lead to pride. When you feel that you are doing better than others, you may become arrogant and self-satisfied, believing that you are superior. On the other hand, comparison can lead to insecurity. When you feel that others are doing better than you, you may become discouraged, envious, or even resentful. Both pride and insecurity are distractions that take your focus away from your purpose. Let me explain it this way. Imagine you are running a race. Every runner in the race has a lane assigned to them. If you start looking at the runner in the next lane, you will veer off course, lose your speed, and possibly even disqualify yourself. The only way to win the race is to focus on your lane. In the same way, life is not about competing with others. It is about fulfilling the specific assignment God has given you. Comparison often comes from a misunderstanding of seasons. You might look at someone else's success and feel inadequate because you are not in the same place. But let me tell you this, every person has their own season. Just because you are in a planting season does not mean you are behind. And just because someone else is in a harvest season does not mean they are ahead. God's timing for your life is perfect. Trust the process and stop comparing your journey to others. One of the root causes of comparison is a lack of identity. When you don't know who you are, you will try to imitate others in an attempt to find significance. But God didn't create you to be a copy. He created you to be an original. When you compare yourself to others, you are essentially telling God, what you gave me isn't good enough, but I want you to understand this. God didn't make a mistake when He made you. Everything about you, your personality, your experiences, your gifts was designed with purpose in mind. So how do you break free from the trap of comparison? The answer lies in gratitude and focus. When you cultivate a heart of gratitude, you begin to appreciate what you have instead of longing for what others have. Gratitude shifts your perspective and reminds you of how blessed you already are. And when you focus on your purpose, you don't have time to be distracted by what others are doing. Let me also say this, celebrate others without comparing yourself to them. Just because someone else is succeeding doesn't mean there's less room for your success. The blessings of others are not a threat to your own. God's resources are unlimited, and His plans for you are just as unique and abundant as His plans for anyone else. Lastly, remember that your value is not in what you do, but in who you are. You are not defined by your achievements, possessions, or status. Your worth comes from the fact that you were created in the image of God, chosen and called for a purpose. So my friends, I urge you to stop comparing yourself to others. Embrace your uniqueness, trust your process, and focus on your purpose. The world doesn't need another version of someone else. It needs the best version of you. Run your race with confidence and let your light shine in a way that only you can. When you do that, you will fulfill your destiny and inspire others to do the same. Discipline is the bridge between your dreams and their fulfillment. Without it, your purpose remains a mere idea, a vision that never takes form. Discipline is the ability to commit to what matters most, even when it's hard, inconvenient, or unpopular. It is the foundation of focus, the engine of progress, and the guardian of your destiny. You see, many people have great potential, but potential without discipline is wasted. Potential is like a seed. It carries the promise of greatness, but without care, cultivation, and consistency, it will never grow. Discipline is the process by which you nurture your potential and transform it into reality. I must tell you, this discipline is not a gift, it is a choice. It is not something you are born with, it is something you develop. Every successful person you admire, whether in business, sports, ministry, or any field, has one thing in common: discipline. They are not necessarily the most talented, the most educated, or the most connected. What sets them apart is their ability to stay committed to their purpose, no matter what. Discipline begins with clarity. You cannot be disciplined about something you are not clear about. This is why knowing your purpose is so important. When you know what you are called to do, discipline becomes easier because you have a clear target. You know what to say yes to, and more importantly, what to say no to. Let me say this, not everything that demands your attention deserves your attention. Many of us are busy but not effective because we lack the discipline to prioritize. Discipline is the ability to focus on what is essential and let go of what is not. It's the wisdom to invest your time, energy, and resources in things that align with your purpose. Discipline requires sacrifice. You cannot have discipline without letting go of something. It might mean sacrificing comfort, convenience, or even relationships that are not conducive to your growth. But here's the truth. Every great achievement requires a price, and discipline is the currency you pay. Think of an athlete training for a championship. They wake up early, stick to a strict diet, and endure intense workouts while others are sleeping or indulging in leisure. Why? Because they understand that their goal requires sacrifice. In the same way, if you want to fulfill your purpose, you must be willing to let go of anything that hinders your progress. Let me caution you, discipline is not about perfection, it's about consistency. Many people give up on their goals because they make a mistake or fall short. But failure is not the opposite of discipline, it is part of the process. True discipline is the ability to get back up after a setback and keep moving forward. It's not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you rise. Discipline also requires accountability. You cannot walk this journey alone. Surround yourself with people who will challenge you, encourage you, and hold you to a higher standard. These are the people who will remind you of your purpose when you feel like giving up. Choose your circle wisely because your environment will either fuel your discipline or feed your distractions. Another critical aspect of discipline is self-control. The Bible tells us that self-control is a fruit of the Spirit, which means it is something we can cultivate with God's help. Self-control is the ability to delay gratification, to resist temptation, and to stay true to your values even in the face of pressure. It is the inner strength that keeps you on track when your emotions try to lead you astray. I want you to understand this discipline is not a punishment, it is a pathway to freedom. When you are disciplined, you gain control over your life. You are no longer a slave to distractions, procrastination, or negative habits. Discipline empowers you to live intentionally, to make choices that align with your purpose, and to create a life of meaning and impact. Let me close with this thought. Your purpose is too important to be left to chance. You have a responsibility to yourself, to the people you are called to serve, and to God to be disciplined. Don't wait for motivation or inspiration to act. Discipline is not about how you feel, it's about what you decide. So today, I challenge you to embrace discipline. Commit to your purpose with all your heart and let discipline guide your steps. When you do, you will unlock the power within you to achieve your dreams, impact the world, and fulfill the destiny for which you were created. Discipline is the key, and you hold it in your hands. Use it wisely. Focus is the master key to unlocking your potential and fulfilling your purpose. In a world filled with noise and distractions, the ability to maintain a singular focus on what truly matters is not just a luxury, it's a necessity. Focus is the lens that magnifies your efforts and directs them toward a clear and purposeful outcome. Without it, you will be pulled in 1,000 different directions, wasting precious time and energy and achieving very little. What you focus on expands. It's a principle that governs success. The reality of life is that there are countless opportunities, challenges, and people trying to capture your attention. But if you allow all these things to distract you, you will never accomplish anything significant. Focus allows you to channel your energy and resources toward your purpose, cutting through the noise of distractions. I want you to understand that focus is not something that happens by accident. It is a deliberate, intentional act. It requires discipline and commitment. It's about saying no to good things so you can say yes to the best things. Many people struggle with focus because they are pulled toward what is easy, what is popular, or what is immediately gratifying. But the road to success is not paved with easy choices. It is paved with decisions that are made in the light of a greater purpose. Let me illustrate this. Consider the magnifying glass. When you hold a magnifying glass up to the sunlight spreads out, warm and diffused. But if you focus the lens on a single point, the heat becomes concentrated, powerful enough to start a fire. The same principle applies to your life. When your energy is scattered, it has little impact. But when you focus it on a singular goal or purpose, it becomes powerful and transformative. Focus is about making choices. Every day you are presented with decisions, some big, some small, but all of them shape your life. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is the ability to make decisions that align with their purpose. To focus means to keep your eyes on the prize no matter what distractions come your way. It is to say, this is my target and I will not be diverted from it. Too often, we mistake busyness for productivity. Just because you are busy doesn't mean you are making progress. You could be running around in circles, expending energy, but going nowhere. Focus demands that you are clear on your priorities and that you invest your time and effort in what will move you forward. It requires you to evaluate your actions, to ask yourself whether what you are doing today is aligned with where you want to be tomorrow. The key to maintaining focus is knowing your purpose. When you understand why you are doing something, it becomes much easier to stay focused. Purpose is the anchor that keeps you grounded, even in the midst of turbulence. Without purpose, you will be tossed to and fro by the winds of opportunity and opinion. But when you know your purpose, you can keep your eyes on the goal and remain steady, even when challenges arise. I also want to challenge you to protect your focus. You must learn to guard your time and your attention fiercely. There will always be people, tasks, and distractions trying to pull you away from your purpose. But when you are focused, you don't allow anything or anyone to distract you. You must set boundaries, clear lines that protect your time and energy. You must learn to say no to things that don't align with your mission and yes to the things that do. One of the most common threats to focus is comparison. When you spend your time looking at what others are doing, you lose sight of your own path. This is why focus is essential. It allows you to stay on course without being distracted by what others are doing. Your journey is unique, and you must not allow the success or failures of others to dictate your direction. Let me say this again: what you focus on expands. If you focus on your weaknesses, your fears, and your limitations, that is what will dominate your life. But if you focus on your purpose, your strengths, and the possibilities ahead of you, that is what will shape your destiny. Focus is the force that pulls you toward your future and makes your dreams a reality. So how do you cultivate focus in your life? First, you must get clear on your vision. What do you want to achieve? What is your purpose? Second, you must remove distractions. Identify the things, people, or habits that pull you away from your vision and eliminate them from your life. Third, you must create a daily routine that prioritizes the activities that will help you achieve your goals. Friends, focus is not a gift that only a few are born with. It is a skill that can be developed. When you learn to focus, you become unstoppable. Your actions will be deliberate, your results will be consistent, and your impact will be profound. Focus is the key that unlocks your destiny, and when you wield it, there is nothing that can stand in your way. Today, I challenge you to commit to focus. Set your sights on the prize and keep your eyes on your purpose. Guard your time, protect your energy, and watch how your life transforms as you move steadily toward your destiny. Time is one of the most precious resources we have, yet it is often the most neglected. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, but how we choose to use those hours determines the trajectory of our lives. Time is the great equalizer. No one can buy more of it, no one can stop it, and no one can make it slow down. Once it is gone forever. This is why it is so crucial to understand the power of time and to use it wisely. First, let me make this clear: time is not just a commodity, it is a gift. Every day that you wake up and draw breath is a gift from God. And how you use that time determines the impact you make on the world. Time is not to be taken for granted or wasted, it is to be stewarded with wisdom and intentionality. Many people live as though they have an infinite supply of time. They delay their dreams, put off their goals, and waste hours on things that don't contribute to their purpose. They say, I'll start tomorrow, I'll get to it next week, or when the time is right, I'll take action. But the truth is, tomorrow is never guaranteed. You only have today. Yesterday is gone, and tomorrow is not promised. Therefore, it is essential to use the time you have now to move toward your purpose. One of the most significant ways we waste time is through procrastination. We allow fear, uncertainty, or the illusion of perfection to prevent us from taking action. But let me tell you, this perfection is not a prerequisite for progress. Action is. Every step you take, no matter how small, moves you closer to your goal. Procrastination is a thief. It steals your dreams, your potential, and your purpose. Time also reveals priorities. What you spend your time on reflects what is truly important to you. If you say that your family is a priority, but you spend all your time working or pursuing personal ambitions, your actions contradict your words. If you say that your health is important, but you never make time to exercise or eat right, your priorities are out of alignment. Time is the mirror that reflects your true values and priorities. If you want to know what matters most to you, look at where you invest your time. The key to mastering time is understanding its value. Time is more valuable than money, more valuable than possessions, more valuable than status. Money can be earned, possessions can be acquired, and status can be gained, but once time is lost, it cannot be regained. That's why it is so important to invest your time in activities that align with your purpose, that help you grow, and that contribute to your legacy. Now, I want to talk to you about the difference between being busy and being productive. Many people confuse busyness with productivity. They fill their schedules with meetings, tasks, and obligations, but when they look back at their day, they realize they have accomplished very little. You can be busy all day and still be unproductive, but productivity is about making progress toward your goals. It's about using your time intentionally to do things that bring you closer to your purpose. Being productive requires discipline and focus. It requires you to say no to distractions and yes to what matters most. It requires you to manage your time with intentionality and consistency. It means you must evaluate how you are spending each hour and make decisions that align with your goals. Let me give you a simple exercise. Look at how you spend your day. Write down everything you do for 1 week, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed. Then, at the end of the week, evaluate what you have accomplished. Are you moving closer to your purpose? Are you using your time wisely? If not, make the necessary changes. Time is a resource you cannot afford to waste. Another essential principle to understand is that time works in seasons. There are times when you are planting, times when you are watering, and times when you are reaping. Too many people get discouraged during the planting and watering seasons because they don't see immediate results. But you must trust the process. Seeds take time to grow, and the harvest does not come overnight. Be patient, remain focused, and continue to invest your time in the right things. Lastly, time is a matter of perspective. Many people view time as something to be survived, something to endure until the weekend, until vacation, or until retirement. But time is not just something to be survived, it is something to be maximized. Life is not about waiting for the right moment, it is about making the moment count. Every day is an opportunity to fulfill your purpose, to make a difference, and to leave a legacy. So my friends, I challenge you to use your time wisely. Be intentional about how you spend your hours, days, and weeks. Prioritize what matters most and eliminate distractions that pull you away from your purpose. Time is a gift, and the way you use it will determine the impact you make on the world. Don't waste a single moment. Make every second count, and watch how your life transforms as you align your time with your destiny.